here on Texans Today. First reported by Aaron Wilson, CJ Stroud unlikely to play this weekend up against the Cleveland Browns. Now, the Texans took some precautionary measures with this signing of Tim Boyle to the practice squad, but Case Keenum, he's going to be the one gearing up to go this Sunday, and this is why you subscribe to Texans Today. I'm here at my home at night, but I said, you know what, I saw the breaking news. I had to get y'all a video on it, and I just wanted to make sure everybody is up to date with the latest Texans news and rumors. So go down and hit that sub button right now and subscribe to Texans Today if you want the latest news and rumors around the Houston Texans. Now, once again, CJ Stroud still dealing with those concussion symptoms he suffered against the Jets late in that game. And obviously, Case Keenum, huge game that he had up against the Tennessee Titans, bringing the Texans back. Did make some mistakes, was shaking off the rust. He threw that early interception that had the Texans down 13-0 in that game. But late in the game, Case was able to bring the Texans back. He was able to really, help the Texans get back into that game and eventually win it in overtime with the kick by Kaimi Fairbairn. But I have a quick question for everybody out there just around this next game against the Cleveland Browns. What is your confidence level in Case Keenum going into this next game? Scale it on a scale of 1 to 10 for me. 1, you're not confident at all in Keenum. You don't really think he's going to do well up against the Cleveland Browns. 10, you think he's going to play lights out. He's going to be the best quarterback in the league. If there's a YouTube ad break here, perfect timing. Go down and answer this pinned question for me. What's your confidence level in Case Keenum this weekend? My confidence level in Keenum is probably going to be around a 8. I know that's a little high on the high end, but he really did prove that, his veteran status, he was able to weather the early bumps in that game, and it really didn't phase him as much. Now, do I think he's going to be able to light it up and throw for 300, 400 yards? No, but I think if the Texans defense stays pat, kind of like they did last week up against the Tennessee Titans, Case Keenum can, manage the ship. He can, really just make sure everybody's in the right spot, the right time, and hopefully not throw an interception this next week and really lean on Devin Singletary in the run game. Everybody in the Texans locker room and the Texans organization has been really hyping up Devin Singletary after his game up against the Tennessee Titans. If they can lean on the run game with Devin Singletary and make sure that side of the football is all good, then I really do believe that the Texans can win up against the Cleveland Browns. Now, I'll get more into CJ Stroud and Tim Boyle and what that means for the team in just a minute, but I have to show some love to a quick sponsor here on Texans Today. That is Prize Picks. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Prize Picks is daily fantasy sports made easy. It's as easy as you pick 2 or more players from any sport, then you choose more or less on their projected stat types, and then place your entry. It's a easy, quick, and fun way to watch sports. I mean, if you have a loved one out there, if you have friends, buddies that you want to, go watch the game with, go watch, NBA, NFL, hockey, whatever, UFC, you can, place your daily fantasy and then go and watch the game, and it makes it 10 times more fun. And we're giving you a $100 deposit match when you go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS. Now, if you watched my video earlier on today, the Texans, for them to make the playoffs these next 3 games, they really have to win 2 out of their next 3 games, and preferably up against the Cleveland Browns and the Indianapolis Colts. And if they can win those 2 games, their percentage of making the playoffs skyrockets, because those 2 teams are still in the AFC wildcard race as well, the Cleveland Browns and the Indianapolis Colts. And this Browns game is going to be, a matchup of backups. We thought it was going to be a Deshaun Watson return game, but not so fast. It's going to not be him as the starter. Obviously, Joe Flacco leading the Browns. I mean, that just sounds weird to say. Joe Flacco leading the Browns up against Case Keenum. And this is multifaceted for the Texans. One, this is a must-win in that if they want to make it into the playoffs, it'll be much easier if they beat the Browns rather than losing to the Browns, beating the Titans, beating the Colts, and hoping a couple other things happen. If they beat the Browns, if they take care of business the next 3 weeks, they can make the playoffs and they'll have a chance to, advance into the AFC playoffs. And if they lose, it really puts the Browns kind of in better position, as well as the Colts and the Steelers and the Buffalo Bills as well, all teams vying for that AFC wildcard spot. And the second, part of it is that the Texans own the Browns' first-round pick this year. So it would behoove the Texans to beat the Browns and also get a better draft selection in the 2024 NFL Draft. Now, with C.J. Stroud, it was reported that he's still, suffering from some of those concussion-like symptoms, sensitivity to light and sound, which obviously no joke. You're going to be playing in a big game environment with thousands of fans, lights all around. So him playing quarterback this week does not look like it's going to be able to happen. Obviously reported by Aaron Wilson and Adam Schefter that he's more than likely out this game, and the Texans are gearing up to play again with Case Keenum. Now, Bobby Slowik made a interesting decision late last week going with Keenum over Davis Mills, who was the quarterback of the Texans in 2022, but he noted that Case Keenum, he's a veteran, he knows how to run the offense, and he really takes control of the offense, is what Bobby Slowik said in his press conference, where he kind of highlighted, the positives of going with Keenum and the positives of going with Mills. Mills, younger, more athletic quarterback than Case Keenum, ran the offense, was the starter all last year, had some turnover problems himself, but Bobby Slowik really kind of highlighted that he loves Mills' ability to throw on the run, and with the play action with Devin Singletary, that he would be able to, utilize that with Davis Mills. He went with Keenum, and it worked out, and he's going to go with Keenum probably again this Sunday up against the Cleveland Browns. So stay tuned throughout the week. I'm going to be giving you more updates here on the channel, and hopefully we're going to be going live this Sunday up against the Cleveland Browns the day before Christmas. Will the Texans give all of Houston a little present on Christmas Eve? Maybe. We'll have to see. Join me live this Sunday for Texans Browns, and make sure you're subscribed for the latest Texans news and rumors. Once again, I'll be following this story all week long, so don't miss out. Don't miss a thing. If you want to stay up to date even more, you can follow me on Twitter at Jeremy Chuggs. I'm posting stuff about the Texans, NFL, NBA all the time. So go there, follow me on there, and subscribe to the channel. This has been Texans Today with your breaking news. C.J. Stroud likely out this week. Case Keenum going to be the starter. Thank you all for bearing with me. I know it's a little bit late. Had to get you the breaking news video from the Casa. But until next time, here we go, Texans.